Hello and welcome to our first instalment of Bakingbros. I'm Jack.
I'm Chris, and today we're making a Fougasse.
A classic cinema snack. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get to it, Jack.
First step, we've got some strong flour here. Important for your gluten strength that this is. It's strong flour. I want to be using this. Into the bowl we get 500 grams of strong white bread flour.
Excellent.
But
What's next?
10 grams of salt. There's over here. Pop that in as well. And the last of your dried ingredients, 7 grams of yeast. All goes in. Would you like to mix it up?
Absolutely, I can do that.
Just give the dry ingredients a little mixeroo.
Technical term.
Technical term, mixeroo. Now, what we want to do next is we want to be adding the wet ingredients. So what we've got here is we've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Any quantity, doesn't matter. Whack that one in. Straight in, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you want to add 3/4 of the water. We've got 350 millilitres measured out here. I want 3/4 of this going in at the start. So we'll put about 3/4 of that in.
This is warm water, yeah?
This is warm water, just to help that yeast along a little bit, maybe a little bit more there.
Okay.
We're going to give that, as we said, a mixeroo.
All starting to come together now.
That dough together. Now, this stage here is quite useful if you have 2 people, which is why it's good being the Bakingbros. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly pour the rest of the water in, so you've still got a quarter left. And what Chris is going to do is he's going to keep mixing while I'm slowly pouring it in. Just as the dough starts to come together, I'll slowly pour that in.
Okay. Okay, so that's all coming together now. Quite a wet dough.
A wet dough as they come.
What are we doing now, Jack?
I'm actually not sure. Let's have a check on the procedure to check where we're going next. And we'll be back after the break. Okay, back we are. Just a quick mention on this. We're doing this all mixed in a bowl because you don't need all this equipment sometimes. You could do it with a dough hook on your mixer and get that going, and for the same effect, just a bit of elbow grease works out fine. So we've got quite a wet dough. What we've got here is we've got some rosemary, sage and thyme. Freshly picked from the garden this morning, but if you just want to go to the supermarket, that's fine as well. Add in. So what we're going to do, add these in while we're mixing. Quite important to give a little bit of mix in here, help that gluten development, help it all get to going. So Chris is going to be putting the elbow grease in, while I'm just lightly putting these herbs in.
As always, mate. As always.
As always.
In we go.
In we go. In we go. In we go. What you're not seeing on the camera here is the array of smells coming off these herbs.
The aroma is pretty special.
The aroma is beautiful in this kitchen right now. And when it's baking, your house will know about it. They'll be coming down. It's a beautiful one to get the aromas going through the house.
Absolutely. How's that, Jack? Do you want to?
Oh yeah.
Give it a go.
Give it a mix.
Show me how it's done.
Just get that going. Get some good development. They're looking evenly distributed. And it's quite elastic, if you can see that. So it's coming off the side of the bowl. It's quite an elastic dough. Don't worry about it being quite sort of sticky dough at this stage. That's what we want. We're going to leave it for an hour after here, just to give it some time.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Lovely.
So now we need an oil container.
Now what we need, which we haven't prepped, and this is the pains of having a first time video, is we need an oiled container. What you're going to notice about the Bakingbros collection of videos is we're going to show you how to cook in a kitchen where maybe you don't have all the necessary tools, but it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make the Fougasse. You can cook wherever. So what Chris is doing, lightly oiling that container there. I'm going to transfer this across.
There we go.
Transfer that across. Lovely.
Okay. And now we're just going to cover it and leave it to proof.
Leave it for an hour. So It's your prerogative what you choose to do in that hour, but this gives you an opportunity to try many a pastime.
What do you suggest, Jack?
I would suggest maybe reading a good novel. Maybe just, I wouldn't suggest watching it because it's not an exciting process.
No.
Just leave it.
Just leave it. Excellent. We'll be back in an hour.
1 hour later.
Welcome back. Here we go. Look at this bad boy. Show him this, Chris.
So it's been about an hour now. This is our salto. It's pretty much doubled in size.
Big double.
Looking really, really good. So what we're doing now, Jack?
We are going to take it out, split it in half, and then it becomes interesting.
Yeah.
It's neatness competition time. So this is the point where you're getting that traditional cuts in. So we're just, what Chris is doing, heavy flour on the surface. It's going to be quite sticky. It's, you know, if you want a good heavy flour in there, we're just going to split this in half, and we're going to get this on the baking sheet. First step, get it into a nice oval shape on your baking sheet.
Ooh.
So, quite a sticky one.
Very sticky this one.
Don't get caught on any sticky wickets. Sticky.
There we go, so that's everything out.
Good little trick. Just slightly flour dust the old knife here, just so when we're cutting in half. Well, I've said that and it hasn't worked, has it? But oh well then. And we've got it in half. So give it a little bit of flour just to make it a bit easier to shape when you put it on your thing. And then what we're going to do, you want an oval shape. Not sure how good my
It's quite elastic, this, isn't it? It's
Quite elastic.
trying to bring itself back in.
Got to really try and get a good shape on it. Use a little bit of flour in your hands if it's getting a bit too sticky. Remember, it is going to prove again, so it's going to get slightly bigger, so you don't want to go right to the edges. It is going to get slightly bigger. Right, are we looking?
Looking good.
We're looking good?
Looking good.
Oh, what you got is you got your knife. Call that a knife? This is a knife. Ready to go?
Knife, little knife.
Big knife, little knife. I'm overcompensating.
What are we doing, Jack?
Here we go. You're going to do one big cut down the middle. Yeah, one cut. And then at sort of, I'd say, maybe 30-degree angles.
30 degrees, okay.
You're doing side cuts into it, almost making sort of a childish tree structure. But feel free to experiment whatever you like. This is just the traditional shape. So go down.
Gosh.
It's going to be it's going to be hard work. Some people use a pizza cutter for this. Can work. What you can do again is flour your knife, and that should give you a bit more opportunity just to cut through a bit easier. It's a really important stage this to get that traditional shape. Is what we're looking for.
Right, I think I'm there, Jack.
I'm going to go call that as well.
Yeah? Excellent. So what's next?
Right, what we need to do now, just give it some little finishing touches while it's proving. So a little bit of salt on it, a little bit of any spices you have. You can use some oregano, or you can some basil, whatever you like really. And we're just going to bring a few of them on, and we're going to put it in cling film, another 20-minute proof. While that's proving, get your oven wax on, 200 degrees, nice and hot for good bread.
Yeah.
And get cracking. So we're just going to get some salt. This is when you want your nice stuff, your coarse stuff. We're not talking table salt here. We're talking, what do we got? We've got pink Himalayan. That'll be some there.
Some basil here.
Some basil. Very good. Yeah, a good amount of salt.
Some basil on for you.
Do you want to drop some salt in?
Yeah, please.
It's just going to give it that finishing touch, it's going to be beautiful.
Excellent. So now we're just 20-minute proof.
20-minute proof, put some cling film on top. If you've got bags, pop it in them. Cling film does the job though.
20 minutes later.
Welcome to 20 minutes in the future. Well, we've left these bad boys to prove. Allah! Nailed it. And we're going to pop them in the oven. Pops in. I've actually forgotten how long they need.
So this is going to go in for 20 minutes now, and we're going to just keep an eye on them. When they go in that nice golden colour, we'll take them out and enjoy it.
Eventually.
All done, all finished, fresh out the oven.
Yeah, so these have had about 20 to 25 minutes in the oven. They've got a nice, like, hollow sound to them now, and I think they're looking really impressive, Jack.
Looking good.
So,
As you can see, slits open up nicely. You're sorted.
yeah.
Well done.
So all we're going to do now is serve these on a nice board with some olive oil, bit of sea salt, and that's that. So, Fougasse.
The ultimate tear and share.
Absolutely.
And remember, eat,
Sleep,
bake.
repeat. Excellent.